All right, here we go. Welcome back to the Great Jimbabwe plays Slay the Spire, the One Last Ride playthrough. Listen to a little bit of the audio from the last video just to do a little check, and I think that no AI overlords changing the background was a little better. So I'm going to stick with it. We'll see if it gets, cluttered by background noise at any point in time, but so far I'm thinking this might just be the right balance. With that said, we now have Ascension mode unlocked for all characters. We beat a run as the Watcher last time, and now we have a little freedom to kind of do what we want to do. I'm definitely not going to go in any particular order. As soon as I beat an Ascension level, I'll definitely go to the next one. I'm in the mood to play the Defect. So let's check the Ascension box. Elites spawn more often at Ascension level 1. Here we go. Now, Elites spawn more often is an interesting one. I tend to think this is a little bit of a boost in some ways. More opportunities to fight Elites when the enemies are not that difficult, in my opinion, can work out in your favor. We have a little Ascension marker up here. Let's take a look at our deck. We'll look at the map. We have an option for 100 gold, upgrade a card, 14 HP at the cost of 21 damage, so temporary damage, but a long-term boost. Or we can boss swap. Boss swap on the Defect is another character I think it can be very effective on. 100 gold, we do have a shop coming up pretty early, so maybe we can make use of that. I've seen a lead on that path. Campfire, another elite. That path doesn't look too bad to me. Still not going for the keys. We're going to save that. I'm actually going to wait to fight the heart until Ascension 20, which I realize is a steep climb in difficulty. But hey, that's the challenge I laid out for us. Nobody told us to do it, but I think it feels right to go in order. So we did pretty well on the Defect the last time we played. We got a claw build to work. We are frail, so I don't think we can avoid any damage here. I think we can strike. Now, early on in our Ascension runs, I think the claw build, if it presents itself, I'll kind of default to it just because it's fun. But you know, it might we might get some other opportunities along the way. Let's see. We have a couple of interesting options here. Stack and block equal to the number of cards in your discard pile. A defrag, just some straight up focus for 1 energy. And then streamline, deal damage, and the cost of the card is actually reduced by 1 energy every time you play it. So you play that 2 times, you're playing streamline for free. I think early on in our run, we need a source of damage, and defrag, while it boosts the lightning orb, I don't think that's enough. Let's try some streamline. Not my favorite card. I don't think it's terrible, though. Let's get our other lightning orb out there. We'll plan on playing a dual cast. So he's not attacking here. We can smack him with a streamline. Yeah. This is a little bit of another late night stream. I think the last time I did this is the watch just a couple days ago. We kind of got owned. Mostly operator error. I don't think that was luck driven as much as it was poor decision making. Let's see. Barrage. 4 damage for each orb. Channeled orb. We can get some block and some delayed energy with the charge battery. We can channel Frost and do some damage with Cold Snap. I think Cold Snap is takeable here. Get another orb in our queue, and let's take a look at the shop. But yeah, I feel ready to play here. Let's see. The membership card is pretty much an auto take for me, but we will look at the rest. Rip and Tear. There's some damage. Random enemies. Can't control who you hit there. Kind of good if you're attacking a single enemy. 14 damage for 1 is pretty strong. Doom and Gloom, 2 costs, but 10 damage to all enemies and a Dark Orb. Dark Orbs are extremely strong and can solve some of the more difficult fights with some big damage. Reprogram, one of those cards I think is kind of garbage, but Maybe somebody will prove me wrong or tell me a build that works with the reprogram, but losing focus on the defect can be harshly punishing, in my view. Let's take the membership card. I think Doom and Gloom is good enough. Do I want Rip and Tear? I think I'm going to stick with what we just took. Let's remove a basic strike. Let's try to make a habit of removing our basic cards when we can. The membership card will make that even easier. And then let's plan to challenge this elite. Okay, no damage coming in. Doom and Gloom seems good here. Very nice. Okay, we get the Steam Barrier, 6 block for 0. 1 card for each unique orb. We can channel 3 unique different orbs. So that's kind of good. Card draw on the defect can be strong. Go for the eyes, 0 cost, 3 damage. If they attempt to attack, apply weak. I'm going to take the Compile Driver. We're back at the world of Goop. This is take some damage in exchange for gold or lose all of our gold in this case. I think we'll take the gold. And one thing that you will notice as we start to play more of these runs, I will not read the narration every time. I think we'll all get a little tired of that, but I do think the first time we see things, whether it be cards, relics, or events of some kind, I think it's well worth a quick read so everybody gets a chance to learn about the lore and some of the fun stuff. I also want to kind of make some mental notes about what's going on in Slay the Spire 1 that eventually might be different in Slay the Spire 2. Very much looking forward to seeing what they do there. Let's see. I think it is okay for us to block here at the cost of some strength to this guy. Our friend the Gremlin Knob, I think we have a very good shot to knock this guy out. Yeah, there's our streamline. There we go. We get the question card. Early question card is great. Future card rewards have 1 additional card. Also makes things like the Busted Crown a little more takeable. Happy to have that on the first act. Duplication Potion. Don't think we've gotten this one yet, but play the next card twice. Speaking of playing cards twice, this is one of our new unlocks, Echo Form. Ethereal, and the first card you play each turn is played twice. I believe upgraded this is not Ethereal. I think early Echo Form is an easy take. The question is, do we want to upgrade it or something more valuable? 20 damage is pretty good early. Echo Form that has the downside of being a little difficult for us to play right now. We want to look for some ways to get some energy. Another way to kind of indirectly do that would make some 0 cost upgrades. So we have 0 cost zap and dual cast. I kind of feel like being able to eliminate enemies quickly is important. If we ever get Echo Form out there, we will make streamline cost 0 with 1 play. At least I think that's how it works. I guess we're going to find out together. All right, so we have 17 damage coming in. I don't think we're going to be able to play Echo Form here, unfortunately. We will block. Lose Echo Form. It's a little bit of a shame. This is a tough one. You kind of want to see us hit the Gremlin Wizard, I think. You know what? This fight is getting spicy enough. The multiple enemies fights can be tricky. Doom and Gloom twice will take out 2 of you. I think that is good enough. We don't have a ton of AoE going for us just yet. 6 damage. It would be risky. We would give him some strength if we decide to attack him, and then we would hope the lightning orb hits him. I'm willing to try it. Hey, sometimes the Slay the Spire gods smile down upon you, my friends. Very nice. Let's take the potion. We get 4 cards this time. I think we've seen most of them. I don't know that we've seen Bullseye. 8 damage to Lock On. Very, this might be the only card that applies to Lock On, but Lock On targets receive 50% more damage from orbs. Kind of interesting with our dark orbs. We get Sweeping Beam and Loop. I'm not sure. Have we seen Loop? Start of your turn, trigger the passive ability of your next orb. I think this is kind of a middle-of-the-road power. It's not so bad. Loop worth it here? But tough one, tough one, tough one. Sweeping Beam, just a little more AoE. I think I'll try some Loop. We didn't take it last time, so let's give it a shot. We are going to go up against another Elite in a second. We got a treasure and a relic here. Free potions, always nice. Love the White Bee statue. Let's check out our event. The Living Wall is back. We get to either forget what we know, change to see a new space, or grow to pass this guy. We can remove, transform, or upgrade. All very good. I think an upgraded Doom and Gloom is in the conversation here. We've already seen the Gremlin knobs. I think we're either going to see the Lagavulin or the Sentries. And the upgraded Doom and Gloom against the Sentry is very strong. I'm going to go with my gut on that one. So I was having a conversation, just a text conversation with one of my old work colleagues. Now we're just buddies. But I wanted to bring on, look at that, the Sentries. And we upgraded Doom and Gloom. I think that kind of plays itself. We will take a little damage here. But, yeah, wanted to kind of bring that up to this audience to see what people think. Debate question for you. What percentage of people do you think get their start in some type of, I don't want to say lower level job, some type of service industry job, I guess is what I'm getting at. So something like, you know, food service, retail. Do I want to? I don't think we can play Echo Form here, unfortunately. You know, food service, retail, you know, some type of manual labor, things like that. The number, or the percentage I got as a response to that, 30% of Americans in that case. I'm sure this is similar in other places. If anything, it might even be higher in other places. But I found that to be, in my mind, that sounds incredibly low. 30%, I would have thought almost everyone I know, you know, worked in that type of capacity at one point or another. Not saying that's a bad thing at all. I think it's actually a good thing. But I really, off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone in my social circle or family circle that didn't have some sort of a starting job. I'm thinking of some of my siblings. You know, they were waiters and waitresses, and my brother and I worked at a moving company for quite a long time. I worked there for many years, and like I said, I think that's a good thing. I don't see that as a negative at all. It's an honest living, and you know, teaches you some important life lessons about how difficult some jobs can be. Personally, I did work at the moving company for quite a long time, but I also worked retail for a while at I'll say a large sporting goods retailer, and I guess I'll leave it at that. But yeah, it's that was probably my least favorite job. Nothing against them. I think the environment was definitely tough. Being that close to a retail customer, I'm sure, I never worked in food service, but I'm sure there's some similar takes there. Ooh, consume is very good, but I don't think we can take it just yet. Fix up Steam Barrier. Yeah, I'm sure food service has its own challenges with the difficult customers, but I find retail, it's not that people are difficult, but it's, you know, there's no reason for them to treat the store very nicely, I guess is what I've noticed. Not that they're bad people, but that place on a Saturday afternoon, I'm telling you, freaking tornado. So I don't miss that job, but I'm glad I did it for a while. Let's see, 26. We can get some block up. I think we're doing okay here. But yeah, 30% to me. I guess if I had to put a percentage on it, I would guess that I honestly think it is not unreasonable to say that 80% of people work that kind of job at one point or another in their lives. Let's see. Ball lightning, cool-headed, auto shields, and claw. We haven't seen auto shields yet. If you have no block, get 11 block. 11 for 1. Unupgraded. Seems pretty dang good to me. And I think we're kind of hurting for block right now, so let's take that. We have some gold. We have the membership card. Bias cognition, very good. Calipers, starting your turn, lose 15 block rather than all of your block. Whenever you obtain a curse, gain HP and brew 5 potions. We already have 3 potions, so I don't think that the cauldron is that strong. Calipers is a little bit of a you know, projecting pick. We don't have a way to get that much overblock right now. I think with Mummified Hand, Bias Cognition is just too good to ignore. Who are we fighting? We got the Guardian. I'm thinking we're going to need a rest. Now, with Bias Cognition, is Rainbow in the conversation? I think it is. 2 costs is a little expensive. We do have the Energy Potion. I will take a Rainbow, and I will remove a Basic Strike, because it's basically terrible. I think our win condition here is to get Echo Form out against the boss. We could trigger a trap here with the Golden Idol. I'm going to take it. I think losing 6 max HP in this case is okay, considering we would otherwise go down to 1 HP or take a curse. Let's rest. And reminder that we do have the White Beast statue, so we should be spending our potions here. All the more reason not to take Cauldron. Cauldron is one of those relics that's just not very good. I don't think it's a very good relic. I think it's a little early to play biased here. I'm tempted to play the energy potion, but I think we need to save that for Echo Form. We could get Streamline whipping around. Getting Rainbow out is also good. A lot of good options here. I think playing the... We'll draw 1 with this. Playing the Streamline, getting that cheaper is going to be a big part of our win here. I'm going to play Compile Driver. If we draw Echo Form, that is really unfortunate. Not a very high chance of that. Okay. That will pay dividends, as our chances will be higher to get it in the future. And there you go. Now the question is, do I want to take the damage here? I think the answer is no. We did get a free defend out of it. I'm willing to save the energy potion. Since we got a free defend, I think that's going to be enough to kind of put us over the edge. We could also Echo Form Bias Cognition when that comes around, and then we'll really be cooking. Ooh, tough one. I think Double Play Loop will make 2 cards free. We did hit the auto shields. Want to make sure to play that first before we get any other block. Now, I don't think I'm willing to hit this guy with Doom and Gloom. Takes more damage. We would get a Frost. I think I'm okay to take the block here. Or block as much as we can. I think I'm okay to take a little damage. So that's 20 damage coming in. We could bring in a couple of Frost Orbs. I think let's double our defend. We'll play another defend. Let's get a Frost Orb out there, start whipping these orbs around. We'll be able to start evoking these, especially with Rainbow. And don't forget that we also have a cheaper Streamline in the mix here, so that's good. So Streamline will be 0 after this. That's great. I think we double Rainbow. Double Rainbow. And I'm willing to make Streamline 0. I'm willing. I mean, there's no downside to that. Very nice. Okay. Now, 152. This will give us 8 focus, so 4 turns to get this done. So the downside of Bias Cognition is you lose focus every turn, and playing with Echo Form, we'll lose 2 focus every turn, but we will gain 8, basically meaning we'll be at a power boost for 4 turns. I think that's enough to get this done. especially with a Dark Orb. I'm going to play it. So we have 8 focus. I will throw out our auto shields. We have a 10 frost here. So let's keep that in mind. No reason not to smack this guy a little bit, I think. We have 3 unique orbs. It's a 21. Yeah, we can hit him again. And then our lightning orb will do some damage here. And if we get a rainbow coming, okay, zap pretty good. We would pop the frost orb. I think 2 lightnings is pretty good here. Let's get some block back out here. I don't want to frost here. I want to charge up this dark orb a little more and make sure we leave nothing to chance. It now gets hit by the loop. So 62 damage with a dual cast. Yeah. That's what you're looking for. All right, that was pretty good. I think we schemed that out as well as could be expected. I'm not sure that dexterity is that important for us. Let's take a strength potion. Also not really that important to us. If we get a better potion offered to us next floor, I'll probably drop this. This is actually to the point I might just use it next fight. Let's see. We've seen multicast, we've seen rainbow, we've seen echo form. We have not seen thunderstrike to date, I don't think. 7 damage to a random enemy for each lightning orb channeled this combat. We don't channel a ton of lightning. I think thunderstrike tends to be on the lower end of the rare defect cards. 2 echo forms goes kind of hard. We don't have the energy really, but it is a power. We go too hard on powers, we run the risk of seeing the awakened one on the 3rd floor, but I think I'm gonna chance it. Echo form is just so strong. The coffee dripper. Gain energy, you can no longer rest. Runic Pyramid, don't discard your hand. We get the Velvet Choker, no more than 6 cards per turn. This is one of those times, I think the Velvet Choker might be takeable. We don't play a ton of cards outside of the Echoing. Coffee Dripper. It's a little scary. Don't have an obvious way to heal ourselves except through potions, but I do not believe you can get healing potions through the White Beast statue, so I don't think you can farm those. I might be wrong about that. You definitely can't get healing powers out of some of the defects power generating cards, the creative AI, for example. I know that for sure. Let's try Velvet Choker. Try something new. So we got a nice little collection of relics going. Got a little bit of gold. We do have the membership card. I think this path on the right looks kind of appealing. We would have to fight the Burning Elite, though. I don't know if I like that here. Let's see. Ooh, triple elites is a little much. I'm liking this elite node here, and then we can decide if we want to go really hard. And if things look a little spicy, then we don't have to. But yeah, getting back to those jobs, I remember in my time at the moving company, it's interesting. You know, it's one of those, it's not by no means, as I say, a Fortune 500, you know, blue chip stock or anything like that. It's just a little, you know, I would say, I would describe them as a successful but local family-owned business, like a very successful local business. But I remember, like, you know, the family like had owned it for quite a long time, and what's an echo form? Didn't hit the other one. That's too bad. But we do have an echo form out there. But yeah, the tradition there. I always found this really interesting. Like if a family member wanted to enter the business, they had an obligation to start at the bottom of the, I'll say the bottom of the pyramid, I guess is the colloquial way to say that. But that meant, you know, a lot of the young kids in that family were, you know, in the warehouse with us worker bees, you know, sweeping floors and moving boxes and going out on the jobs to move people's houses. I always thought, I respect that. I think that was not only an important lesson probably for the younger generation there, but I think that also changes the optics a little bit for everybody else that worked at that company. That was a good lesson to learn, you know, that maybe isn't something written in a book. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to drop this strength and we'll take a skill potion. Okay, here we go. Hologram, Glacier, both good. I think we've seen all these cards before. Pre-upgraded Sweeping Beam, just not enough of a boost at this point. I'm going to take the Glacier. Glacier's a strong card. Some Frost and some Block. The Ominous Forge. I think we saw this once before. We can upgrade a card for free, or we can take the Curse with Pain as a downside. No obvious shop. I did learn a valuable lesson the last time we took a bad curse. And this is a bad curse, make no mistake. Let's take the upgrade. Rainbow upgrade is pretty strong. 2 procs, a lot of good stuff here. I think we want to make biased as good as possible. I know it's only one more focus, but that's really one more turn of the boost at the end of the day. Let's fight first. Yeah, but I mean, I think that's, I learned something working at that place. And I think, you know, the other part, maybe I'm a little biased. I think they always treated me well there. Look back on those days pretty fondly. The current owner of that company actually wrote my college recommendation back in the day. And I think that was a big part of my acceptance into that school. So I always appreciate them. And frankly, even at the places that you maybe don't like working, I think there's some important lessons to be learned, even if it's a stepping stone. So don't ever be ashamed to be working a job. It's a very respectable thing. I think auto shields is fine here. Probably shouldn't have echoed it, but you know. And now we can't play Echo Form. We are going to get a potion here, so I think I will spend that energy potion. We're full blocking. We get a free strike. I don't think there was any reason not to play that card. Very nice. We'll take a bias and a dual cast, and I think we're seeing the power of Echo Form here, and especially with Mummified Hand. It's just so strong on the defect. I mean, Mummified Hand is a great relic on any character. Wow. I mean, there has to be some type of funny echo pun we can put in the name of this video, right? Let's just take more Echo Forms. Can't imagine that increasing our likelihood of Echo Form is doing us any harm. Let's play it. We can Cold Snap. We would take damage here, but there's really no reason not to use our potion. So let's pop another potion here. Food service is the one that jumps out at me as really challenging. I think people have a very high expectations when they go out to eat, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's just my take of it. I feel like expectations get like ludicrously high compared to like what people do at their own homes. Seems like the siblings that worked in food service enjoyed it though. So maybe it's me. I will say, I started on the street at the moving company. I was hauling boxes and furniture. I did eventually ask to go into their little office environment, and you know, a big enough place that they had like departments and stuff. Let's think about this. Do we want? I mean, we are hexed. I kind of want to try compile driver. Get a couple draws. We have lots of block here. But yeah, big enough company that you know, they had departments and stuff, and I was in you know, one of their many kind of like customer service. It wasn't quite a call center, but it had that feel to it for sure. Let's streamline. But yeah, I guess when I say like people have high expectations when they go out to eat, let me tell you, people have extremely high expectations when you're moving everything they've ever owned in their life, and things do not always go right in the moving world. I don't think that was a business issue so much as it is a fact of life of moving. Whether you hire a company or do it yourself, I think there's always a risk there. But yeah, definitely got chewed out more than a couple times over the phone for things that were not going well. Let's see, do I want any of these? I'm stack worth it here? Block equal to discard pile cards plus 3. I feel like on average, I mean, is it, let's say half our cards are in discard on average, like 13 block for 1 on average, but could be 0, could be more. I don't feel like we're really hurting for block, and I think with Echo Form, we're kind of okay. We have ways to get a lot of frost, too. Yeah, I don't think we need it. Temp is kind of interesting there, too. High damage. What's the world record for Echo Forms in a deck? Let's set it here. Not so worried about upgrading those anymore. Seems like we'll have a pretty high chance of drawing one eventually. We didn't draw Echo Form on turn 1. That's funny. Yeah, Glacier's fine, though. But yeah, working there, I'll tell you the other thing it taught me is I have a lot more patience than the average person with people trying to help you over the phone, you know, at, like a call center type place. I think that is a difficult job, and I think those folks are often in a position where they would like to help you, but there's nothing they can do. To quote one of my favorite Pixar movies, The Incredibles, our friend Bob Parr sitting in the insurance office. But I think when you try to give them a little bit of, I'm not going to say a pass, but like help them help you, they're gonna try their best, which is all I can ask for. I mean, sometimes, you know, things get frustrating. I get it. So we're going to lose both Echo Forms. I think that's fine. Next time Bias comes around, we want to be playing that. So how are we doing so far? Pretty good. We can play... So everything will be free here. I think we're going to go ahead and play a Swift Potion. Okay. I know we took in some days there. Okay. We are out of cards because of Velvet Choker, but I don't think not playing a strike is not what's going to beat us here. I'm going to take a little bit of this damage. Now, our first 3 cards are played twice. That is extremely strong. There might even be enough. We are 1 shy. I guess the one thing, though, is if we get more Echo Forms and we're able to somehow play them all, we'll pop Velvet Choker before we can do anything else. So we got to watch out for that. I guess really what we're doing here, we probably don't want to upgrade Echo Form then. In the sense that I think we're really just trying to play it. That's the goal. Recursion kind of interesting with the Dark Orbs. I'm not going to upset the balance. Just keep it a little tight here. Seems like an upgrade situation. Some good options. Loop gives us some benefit without having to play cards. That might be enough to keep it in the conversation for me. Rainbow also pretty good. Keeps it in the deck. I'm going to go Loop plus. Let's maximize our passive benefit here. And fight an elite. The Book of Stabbing. This doesn't look too bad to me. We can defend, cold snap, zap. But yeah, somebody please call me out if I'm wrong about my, I mean, the 75-80% thing. I mean, if that sounds crazy to people, I'd be amazed. I don't think that's crazy at all. We still have 2 cards to play, so we could play Doom and Gloom. I'm going to go ahead and take a skill here. So we can hologram. I'm going to take the block. We can't play it. I could play the energy potion. Could also play the weak potion. We'll have 10 block here. Take 8 damage. I think I can go ahead and play the weak here. So now we're taking 2 damage. But we have some of the setup in place. I I cannot play any more cards. Biased would have been good there. I think we're kind of realizing the problem I identified, which is unfortunate. Still weak for one turn. I think I want to play Auto Shields first. We'll let Echo Form go. It's Rainbow. We have enough block, and I think a dual cast is fine. We put this in the Dark Orb in the front, which means it'll proc twice here. No. It's at the beginning of our turn, so that's still fine. I think double Glacier against 30 damage is pretty good. I think we have a shot to knock him out here. Let's see. There we go. Not so bad. The Book of Stabbing, I've definitely seen worse. We do get the Blood Vial, 2 HP at the start of every combat. That's nice to have. The Focus Potion, 2 focus, no downside. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, now we're in an area where I think Defrag, pretty upgraded. And with Mummified Hand, I know we're leaning hard into powers, and there's a chance we'll see the Awakened one, but you know what? That's how it goes. We heal a little. We have a campfire. I think we can try these elites. Upgrade powers. Not sure we need too many more, but I'll definitely take it. Ooh, elites 25% less HP. That hits the spot right now. We have not seen the Preserved Insect yet, I don't think. Panache, I think we can probably pop that a few times too. Let's take the Preserved Insect for sure. This seems fine, because with Echo Form, I mean, this is kind of a lock, right? All right. Going hard on some powers. I don't think the potions appealed us too much. We'll just save the rest of our money. Trip, kind of interesting. I sometimes have a little bit of a tendency not to take the colorless cards in the shop for some reason, but Panache is a good one. Echo Form's good. Oh, that's looking good. We got Defrag out there. So now we don't even need to play Bias to get a little bit of an orb benefit. That said, let's play Biased. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. And this is looking fine. Let's play all of our cards here. So we have 12 block, but we have tons of coming with the Frost. This is... when I'm playing the game at a higher Ascension, this is closer to what I'm trying to build towards. I think I probably took more Echo Forms than I normally would, but it's kind of funny. I think with all this focus, the Rainbow is doing good stuff. A 100 block. Seems good. Let's not be dumb here. 10 damage incoming. I mean, I will play the Echo. I am going to play our blocks, though. And there's Velvet Choker. Panache did not show up here, but I have a feeling that one's going to pay some dividends as we keep going. Okay. Pretty good. We get the Explosive Potion, some gold. I think I'll pass on those. Okay, here we go. Explosive Potion and Preserved Insect might look pretty good here. Let's throw the Explosive Potion. I might be willing to go ahead and play our Energy Potion on this turn to get some block out there, but let's see what happens. We can play all these cards. I will spend the Energy Potion. I know it's just 5 block, but I feel like we're on a little bit of a roll here. We got more potions going. I'm not... Let's be aggressive with the potion usage. Don't want to take him to Slay the Spire, too. Defrag, pretty good. We can actually KO this guy with the Echo Form. No attacking next turn, though. If we, Okay, we got him. We had to get a little lucky there. I mean, I think we would have been fine either way. Let's hope... I think we can probably finish this guy off with one good turn. Okay. It seems like a Velvet Choker is a little bit of a limiting factor here, but I would make the case to you that it was the right choice still. I think that extra energy has done a lot for us. I know we could have taken the Coffee Dripper. Might have been ended up being the better choice, although we have taken some damage and we have a little bit of sustain with the Blood Vial. I think Reboot is totally fine here. Basically a little get out of jail free card. We're going to get a little healing from the Blood Vial. I think, and with the potions, draw 6 cards. I'm going to get Rainbow to stay in our deck. I think the orbs are good for us right now. So what are we looking for? Maybe another Biased would be nice. Defrag seems good for us. Reboot, actually looking fine here. Let's see. Tempting. We can take this guy out. Okay. That went about as well as it could have. We're going to lose a couple Echo Forms here. We didn't get them out, but we got a lot of other stuff out there. He's bringing in more minions. I don't think that's going to matter too much. I mean, we cannot finish him here. We have block already, so that was not smart. Didn't really matter too much. Let's get a couple attacks, maybe some orbs, and we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine, right? Yeah, and I think Dark enemy with the lowest HP. That is now the Gremlin leader. So Zap finishes the job. This run is going pretty well so far. The Duvu doll for each curse in your deck. Start each combat with 1 strength. Not something super helpful on the defect. I mean, I guess it's possible we'll end up with a curse in here somehow. Nothing too appealing there. This is going to look cowardly. But I think I'm going to rest against the champ. We don't really need any of these upgrades, is kind of my reasoning there. If we were kind of hurting for a critical upgrade, I might have gone for something like that. Let's get Echo Form out there. Let's get 2 powers out on the first turn. Always good. We'll smack him once, and let's end our turn there. We have 0. We could drop Panache with the Swift Potion. I think we can hold it for now. Let's wait until a more dire situation. Okay. We have Echo Form. Do I double Echo Form here? Weirdly enough, I think the answer is no. In fact, I'm going to draw. Defrag is actually what I had in mind. Okay, let's play Defrag. And then I want to play Rainbow. Let's get a Frost Orb out there. We have 3 more cards we can draw here. I think getting another Frost Orb out here is fine. And then we can Steam Barrier, a little extra block. So that will full block. We have some focus. We're going to lose 3 Echo Forms, which, believe it or not, I think is totally fine. This is an interesting run. Usually you don't want to see those Echo Forms go, but in our case, I think it just works out. So now Streamline will be free, if I'm not mistaken. Although I have often been mistaken every time I've said that so far. Another Dark Orb hits the spot. Let's get that out here. And now that will get hit by the what's it called? The Loop. Panache seems fine. Let's get that going. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't get Panache to pop here. Smack him, do some damage. 28 damage because double Panache? Yeah, that's pretty strong. That will have some definite use cases in the future. Okay, this seems like a Rainbow kind of turn. Now, the champ, unlike the time meter, does not heal himself, I don't think. Can we block the rest of this? Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely can. But he will get a ton of strength, so that's always scary. 40 damage. That is not looking so bad for us, I think. Let's see. Look at us go. All right. Electrodynamic. Okay, this is going to sound crazy. I almost would... Electrodynamics pre-upgrade is so good. But I think we don't need it. I think Panache is our AoE solution. Especially with Echo Form. Rainbow, again, on the other hand. The orb movement seems strong. This might be wrong, but I'm gonna pass that. We have, okay, Philosopher's Stone, energy at the cost of strength, Black Star, 2 relics per elite, but the Fusion Hammer, a new one. Give me a second to hydrate here. Gain energy at the start of your turn. You can no longer smith at rest sites. I think this is good for us. We don't have that many upgrades to go here. I'm going to take a little peek at the map. I've been hydrating in this video out of a, and don't kill me, a plastic water bottle. Very, you know, it's weird. I used to always have a case of plastic water bottles in the house. I don't know why. I didn't really thought about it before. But then a couple years ago, my wife and I just said, what are we... There's no reason for this. I mean, we have... It's not like we don't have other water bottles in the house, and we have a sink and a fridge and, you know, all that stuff. So for like 99% of use cases, we're off the plastic water bottles. It's kind of funny because I don't think most people would have considered me much of an environmentalist most of my life, but maybe it's the logical person in me just asks, like, why are we doing this? Seems kind of dumb. A lot of other solutions to the water bottle problem. If I play Reboot, I'll get one more card to play. Let's try it. Didn't get what I was looking for there. I don't think it's the end of the world. But yeah, the reason I got a couple plastic ones here is when we go on vacation, that might be the one time we make a little bit of an exception and spring for some plastic water bottles for like a hotel room or something like that. Kind of depends on what they have in there. Or if we're like going to do some like outdoorsy activities. Doesn't come up too much. What do we got here? 27 damage. Can't get auto shields to pop anymore. I'm not sure because I played Glacier. Not smart. Okay, let's refocus. Let's refocus. Let's not have another incident here. I could block more. I don't think this is enough damage to play the block. Well, I know we're getting more potions. I'll play it. I'll play it. We need to start hitting some of these other Darklings, though. Okay, this turn's looking a little better. Let's play our powers. Let's play Rainbow. Let's play Cold Snap. Get some more frost out there. I think I'm going to take this skill. A free Rainbow seems good. We did KO this guy inadvertently. Or not, kind of a consequence of playing Rainbow. And then we pop Panache with the extra card, and we're not taking any damage. That actually worked out okay. Some of these mistakes will not work out okay on higher Ascensions, but so far, we're not punished for it this run. Let's get some more cards. Very nice. So they've shown a couple of the new characters. coming to Slay the Spire 2, right? I think defrag is still good enough. I should have looked. We did not get the Awakened one. I should check that right away. So I think we're looking pretty good here. I don't think we've seen the Sensory Stone. I'm going to read this one out. Navigating through the beyond, you discover a glowing tesseract spinning and shifting gently through the air, or in the air. We touch it. A sharp pain flows through you, followed by vivid flashes of a distant memory. Whose memories are these? We can add 1, 2, or 3 colorless cards to our deck. Important to know, I don't think you have to add them. They're kind of like an offer. At the cost of different amounts of HP. I'm going to do 1. I think this deck is kind of done at this point. Mayhem, though. Play the top card of your draw pile. I actually don't think we want that, although it's a power and we have a Mummified Hand, but with Velvet Choker, this has the potential to screw us up. Panacea, though. Hang on a second. We could find a way to play this first before Bias Cognition, and we can negate the debuff. I think that is worth the cost of admission. Kind of interesting to note, the question card does work with this event. I'm not sure I've seen that interaction before. Very cool. We have the membership card and in another shop here. More card draw, very good. We can get some unplayable status cards out of our hand, also good. A lot of good options here. I think a bag of prep. Let's cut a strike. Make us a little more consistent. Let's take the land. You know what? Let's just buy all the relics. 7 gold left. I think at this point, let's scale up as quickly as we can. So we're drawing some more cards. That's very nice. This is looking pretty good. This honestly is looking so good. Do I just play Bias Cognition? Yeah, I'm going to play it. Wait, I think they've shown a couple of the new characters. Look like someone's like a necromancer type thing. It's kind of cool. Let's play in echo form. Oh, we can now play Daze. Just, I mean, it's going to go away anyway, but let's just show off the med kit. Is that the only other character they've shown? I guess they've shown images of the, I'm going to call it the Defect-esque character. Not sure if that was intended as a playable character or maybe a villain. I didn't look too closely at that yet. Kind of trying to go in a little fresh for Slay the Spire 2. Let's get Panacea out there. I'm looking forward to it very much. But the other thing, maybe we'll see how this whole playthrough goes. I've never played the mods for Slay the Spire, like the one we're playing now. I know for a fact that there are several characters added in via fan mod, which is just incredible. And I don't, forgive me if I get the name wrong. The Gunslinger, maybe? Is it the Hermit or the Gunslinger? Are those two different characters? I'm talking about the guy who kind of has a mechanic where based on where cards are in your hand. When I saw that, it's incredible to me that somebody came up with that on their own. That was a really, really clever idea. In the little bit of play that I saw with that character seemed really fun. Play a few more cards. I wouldn't mind giving that a shot at some point, though. We are taking some damage here, I think. 24. I don't think there's a way for us to avoid that. Might as well block a little more. We'll eat a little bit here. It's not a whole lot. We have lots of ways to play cards. Panacea doubled. It's not doubled here, is it? 14? Yeah, 14. Still fine. Double our defrag. Let's play lightning. Let's play reboot. Play one more card. Let's get a little more block out here. We might have a shot to get this guy. Very outside chance at that. We're going to take a little more damage. Not a ton. And I think this turn we're going to be looking pretty. We negated one of the downsides here. So we have 14 focus, only one bias. Okay, we kind of mopped the floor with him at that point. Smoke bomb. You know what? If we get in a sticky, like, elite fight or something, smoke bomb... I don't think we really need more energy at this point. Smoke bomb might help us out of a jam. We do have a double elite here, no matter what we do. But we do also have the preserved insects. That does 125 damage against the head. That's not bad. Echo. Loop. Echo. I'm going to hold the biased, because I want to either play Panacea or be able to double it. Feels like a hold to me. I'd like to also go into the final boss fight with this focus potion, if at all possible. Let's end our turn there. Oh, whopping, what, 10 damage? Not great, but we're kind of a scaling build. Let's get some orbs out there. Do we want Glacier? I don't think we want Glacier. Let's let this Dark Orb charge up a little bit. We haven't seen an achievement pop up in a while. I feel like the first couple of runs we kind of got a bunch. Then we got the winning achievements, which is fine. I don't think we want to play Reboot twice, unfortunately. So let's get more Dark Orbs out there. We can block. 14 block is enough. This would be our last card here. What's in our draw pile? I think we would like to see Defrag and Panacea. Compile Driver is also fine, although we do have 3 Dark Orbs, so we can only draw 1 card. You know what? I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with that. We have a shot to draw biased here. We did not, but we did get Panacea. So we've set the table for a big bias cognition. We also have Dark Orbs that are getting ready to just wipe this guy out. 5 energy. We can play a bunch more cards. You know what? Let's draw. And there's our biased. That's a huge biased cognition. You'll love to see that. Let's hit him with a... Yeah. I'm not going to play Doom and Gloom. I think dual cast here could be good. It's not in our draw pile, though. I think we're also getting the loop here. Yeah, 106. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's real good. I like that. The Dreamcatcher. Haven't seen this one yet. Whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. Probably not something that's going to come into play at this point, but Consume does go with what we're doing. We don't have a way to get more orb slots. You know, you're looking for something like a capacitor. There's a couple of relics that I think could help. Maybe just one relic that helps us out there. We haven't seen it yet. So, you know, can't smith. We can rest. I think I'm going to rest. We don't care about the keys. Let's optimize our chances of victory here. No, none of these. Nope. One of the pitfalls I think a lot of people fall into, especially at the beginner level, not that I'm much better than in the, the beginner level, taking too many cards. I think if you have something that's working, the balance can be so delicate, and you might not realize it in the moment, but you want to be real careful when you add something else in there. Particularly with relics, when you don't have to take one, and there's some out there that can just absolutely ruin a run by effects that maybe you just didn't notice. Let's dual cast. See if we can. Yeah, that's pretty good. We will full block here. They're going to bring in some more minions. We do get Panache. Very nice. That's what we want to see. Doubled Panache. Echo Form again is good. Glacier's good. I'm going to reboot here because the goal is to take out the heavy attack minion with Panache. Panache is how you say that, right? We're going to take a little damage. Not enough that I'm going to pop the smoke bomb. Let's get another relic. Now, this is going to be one of those situations. I'm going to check this relic out before we take it and make sure it's not something that might break us. Big Echo Form. Yeah, nice. A lot of ways to win this fight now. I think bias is totally fine. Nice. Free upgrade. I mean, let's think here. This is one of those times. Does an upgrade hurt us? This is going to be skills. I don't think there's any skills in here where that makes it, that puts us in a precarious position. If that was powers, I think keeping Echo Form might actually be bad for us. Yeah, that's good. I'm going to take the dupe potion. I think that combined with Echo Form, combined with biased, that might go crazy. No, we do not have the curse key. Kunai. 3 attacks for dexterity. Not sure we're going to see that pop too much. We don't play that many attacks. Let's rest again. I know it's only 8 HP, but we can get a look at our dream catcher here. Cool-headed is, I think I've said it in one of the earlier videos. Yeah, getting the draw, not so bad late in the game. Definitely has its uses. I don't think we need it, though. Do we need? I mean, we could fight the elite. I really just don't think we need to. Oh, man. Well, you already know. We're going straight to the boss. That's the Great Jimbabwe way. Jimbabwe way. Seems like it should be a thing. All right. No reason not to play the focus potion. There's absolutely no downside. Echo Form. Look, this is actually interesting. I'm going to play the Echo Form. I'm going to play Panacea. I'm going to play Rainbow. And I'm going to play Glacier. Now, we have 2 more cards. We can play the Defend. Yeah, so we full block here. We only played 5 cards, and we got an Echo Form out there and Panacea. If we see Biased, now we're talking about Duplication Potion, Echo Form, Bias. And I don't know exactly how that interaction works. I think it's just you play the bias twice, and for us that will not get echoed twice, but we could draw more Echo Forms here. Let's play Defrag. Let's play Panache. We're gonna flip him here. I want to flip him here, especially while he's not attacking. We have 4 energy. I mean, sure. We have the echoes. That was a mistake. However, he also stripped our artifact. Yeah, that was a pretty bad mistake. Let's not talk about that, though. Did it still play it twice? Does it go through his flip? I think it played Glacier twice there. Very interesting. I didn't know that. 24. Yeah. We're doing a little better on time this run. I'll also say that. I've been a little slow in some of our other runs, but hey, this is a fine wine situation. We don't want to just we're not doing shots here. Let's savor the beautiful vintage. Dare I say vintage game? Is this a vintage game? That was 76 block. That's pretty good. This time I will not mess it up. Yeah, perfect. Let's savor the moment. Let's see. 33. I think double defrag is pretty good. We have 10 focus. It's very strong. I think we need to compile and try to get some block. All right, there's our Velvet Choker. there just comes a point as the defect when you have focus coming your way. I mean, it's just really hard for any enemy to punch through what you got. You know, I'm honestly like, let's just save our card. Let's just play more cards next turn when we get what we want, hopefully. He does heal there. That's a lot of double lightning. Okay. Let's see what happens here. So we have 10 focus now. I am anticipating that this will give us at least 15. Maybe 20. I think 15. Hey! Have 25 more focus during combat. So we did get 15 there, but that's a trophy. How about that? And this lightning orb is about to go off. Any fun ways we can get that to do like a ton of damage? Let's just see if when we come back around, let's see what happens with Loop. You know what? I'm going to flip him. So Loop might do some damage here. Let's see. Yeah. 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 Very nice. We got a win streak again, folks. We're going for the record next time. Let's proceed. I did it again last video, by the way. I took us to the credits screen. There was nothing else after it. It took me back to the main menu. Once again, this is a Jimbabwe guarantee. I am not going to close this game until you guys see the main menu. So let's see. And it feels like we did well enough there that we might unlock something. Up to 4,000 damage dealt. Let's go to sleep. It is nighttime after all. What's up with the spirit world? Where are we? Ascension 2 unlocked. Very good. Got a new unlock. Turbo Sunder Meteor Strike. One of the only, or if not the only, 5-cost card, excluding X-cost, of course. They will show up in our future defect runs. Let's proceed. Okay, and we're back at the main menu. We did it. That was a great run. I think that was one of our better runs so far. I had a good time playing it, and I was, you know, like I said, in the mood to play some defect. But next time, I'll give a little thought to who we're going to play next. But hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely enjoying making the videos. And until next time, I'll catch you all later. Thanks.